freshwater calm or a saltwater fight, catching bass in the bayou or marlin offshore, hooked on the thrill, always chasing more. From backwoods creeks to deep sea tides, we bring the news from both sides. Now flip the switch, it's blockchain time. Crypto surging, follow the climb. Bitcoin buzzing, altcoin waves, DeFi dreams and NFT caves. We track the trends, break down the talk from crypto whales to your daily blog. It's Lures and Ledgers where reels meet chains. Fishing and crypto running through.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Lures and Ledgers. I'm Katie Randall, and I'm here with the one and only Crypto Dan. Dan, you ready to talk some fishing before we get into the wild world of crypto?
Oh, you know it, Katie. My knees might not let me chase bass anymore, but I can still live vicariously through the updates. So what's biting out there?
It's been a hot week for bass fishing, especially across the Midwest and South. Water temps are finally stabilizing, and the topwater bite is just chef's kiss, right at sunrise. If you're out before the sun's up, you're in the sweet spot. And up in the Great Lakes, walleye are running strong near the river mouths, especially in Michigan and Ohio. I mean, it's that time of year where you gotta match your bait to the local hatch. Downsizing your lure can make all the difference. Trust me, I learned that the hard way more than once.
I always forget that trick. I'm the guy throwing the biggest lure in the box, hoping for a monster, and then wondering why I'm getting skunked. But hey, what about the saltwater scene?
Red snapper season is in full swing down in the Gulf, and folks are pulling them up from those artificial reefs, 60 to 120 feet down. Over on the Atlantic, king mackerel and mahi-mahi are moving closer to shore, thanks to those warm currents. And the Florida Keys? Tarpon are running strong. Live crabs and mullet are the go-to. Out in California, yellowtail are showing up in numbers out of San Diego. It's just a good time to be on the water, honestly.
Sounds like I picked the wrong year to retire my rods. But let's talk tournaments. I heard there was a big win at Lake Champlain?
Oh, absolutely. Jake Walters just took the Bassmaster Elite at Champlain with a 4-day total of 91 pounds. He was finessing smallmouth with drop shots in 25 feet of water. That's some serious skill. And looking ahead, ICAST 2025 is coming up in Orlando, so expect a ton of new gear and tech talk. Plus, the Redfish World Series qualifiers are still rolling along the Gulf Coast. And, for the saltwater folks, Team USA just took second at the Offshore World Championship in Costa Rica. Tuna and sailfish were the big stories there.
Man, I love hearing about those big bags. It's like March Madness, but with scales and fins. Katie, you ever get that tournament itch?
Oh, all the time. I still remember my earliest morning fishing trip. My dad woke me up at, 4 a.m., and I was so grumpy. But as soon as I saw that first topwater strike, I was hooked. There's just something about competition, whether it's on the field or the water, that brings out my best. I mean, you know how it is, Dan. Once an athlete, always an athlete, right?
Yeah, except now my competition is seeing how long I can sit without my knees locking up. But hey, I get it. That drive never really goes away.
All right, let's swap rods for wallets and dive into the crypto side of things. But first, here's a little public service announcement. When we discuss cryptocurrency, we are not providing financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Therefore, please conduct your own research before investing in anything. I hope that we made that clear. Ready, Dan?
Let's do it. So, Bitcoin's been flirting with its all-time highs again. It's been hovering around $108,000, and every little dip gets bought up. There's this support at 107,245 and resistance just above $110,000. It's like watching a basketball game where the lead keeps changing. Nobody wants to blink first.
It's wild, right? And Ethereum's holding steady too, around $2,600, with all this positive buzz from the Ethereum ETFs. I saw that there's been, 11 straight weeks of inflows into Ether ETPs? That's a lot of institutional money quietly stacking up. If Ethereum can close above $2,635, some folks think we could see a rally up to $2,700 or even higher. But, nothing's guaranteed in crypto.
Yeah, and Solana's bouncing back too, trading around $152 after some congestion drama. XRP's back in the news, And then you've got the meme tokens like PEP-A and WIF still riding the hype train. Chainlink's up 8% this week, thanks to new Oracle partnerships. And Notcoin, man, that tap game on Telegram is still going strong, even if the price is consolidating a bit.
Don't forget the NFT scene. It's been kind of quiet, but there's a little revival happening. The Red Bull Racing and Pudgy Penguins collab got people talking, and blue-chip NFT floor prices are stabilizing. It's not the mania we saw a couple years ago, but there's definitely some life coming back.
You know, watching Bitcoin's price action lately reminds me of those buzzer-beater moments in college hoops. You're sitting on the edge of your seat, heart pounding, and you just don't know which way it's going to go. I mean, I'm not saying I miss the stress, but there's something about that adrenaline that keeps me coming back to the charts, even if I'm just watching from the sidelines these days.
Totally. And with all the ETF proposals, like VanEck Solana ETF under review, and Fidelity and BlackRock expanding their crypto products, it feels like we're on the verge of something big. But, as always, gotta keep an eye on those support and resistance levels. One wrong move and, well, you know how fast things can turn.
Exactly. It's a roller coaster, but that's what makes it fun. Speaking of big moves, let's talk about what the institutions and VCs are up to lately. There's some serious money flowing in.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, Ego Death Capital just raised $100 million to back early-stage Bitcoin startups. That's not pocket change. They're focusing on software and strategic growth, so exchanges, savings platforms, payment solutions, that kind of thing. No hardware, no miners, and definitely no altcoins. It's all about building on Bitcoin as the base layer.
That's a big signal, right? I mean, when you see family offices and institutional investors putting up that kind of cash, it tells you there's real conviction. And it's not just ego death. VC funding across crypto and blockchain rebounded hard in Q2. Over $10 billion raised, with more than half of that coming in June alone. That's the strongest quarter since early 2022, if I'm remembering right. I always mix up those numbers, but it's definitely a big bounce back.
You're right, Dan. And it's not just the startups. Major players like VanEck, Fidelity, and BlackRock are all expanding their crypto offerings. Plus, Hedera's HBAR just got added to Grayscale's smart contract platform fund, replacing Polkadot. That sparked a price rally. HBAR's up about 11% over the past week, and it now holds a 5.8% allocation in the fund. That kind of rebalancing shows how quickly these funds can pivot when they see opportunity.
Yeah, and the trading volumes on HBAR were way above average, which usually means the big players are moving in. It's not just retail FOMO. It's more like professional money management. You know, the kind of thing you see in the final minutes of a championship game, where every move is calculated. That's what this VC surge feels like to me. High stakes, fast pivots, and everyone's trying to get the edge before the next big run.
It's a lot like sports, honestly. The energy, the strategy, the risk. It all comes together. And with regulations like MiCA in Europe starting to take shape, we might see even more institutional clarity by the end of the year. So, whether you're casting for trout at sunrise or watching the crypto charts at midnight, there's always something to chase.
Couldn't have said it better. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Lures and Ledgers. Katie, always a pleasure talking shop with you, both on the water and in the markets.
Same here, Dan. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more big wins and big moves, so keep your lines tight and your wallets ready. See you next time.
Take care, everybody. Tight lines and smart trades.
We've cast our lines, we've reeled them in, from tournament tails to the tackle bin, whether dockside chats or ocean spray. Thanks for fishing with us today. From market moves to the blockchain buzz, we've covered coins and what the future does. Staking, trading, trends to track. Next time we'll bring even more facts back. So like, subscribe,